Good morning, artists. Happy Thursday. This is Beth Cooper. I hope you enjoyed drawing the chick and the bunny yesterday. I waited a little while to erase, but evidently not quite long enough because I did get a little bit of smear from my pen. One thing I forgot to do yesterday was add some of the whiskers for our bunny, and you could actually put a little bit in his ear too if you wanted to, like that, to make him look even more fuzzy. I hope you enjoyed that. Today what we're going to do is we're going to work on a basket to put all of this stuff in, and we're going to do some colored Easter eggs, because that was one of the things that we love to do in my family, was color and decorate eggs. So let's go ahead and start with this. The basket is going to look very familiar to you because it's really similar to the bucket that we did on the beach scene, and I'm going to do a longer, kind of a squattier one, not quite as tall as we did before. And we're going to start in the middle with an oval like this, and that's going to make our opening. Remember, that's the way that we start, and then we're going to do another curved line that follows the line above it like this to kind of create the lip for our basket, like that. Then we're going to do another curved line down further down, but it's not going to be as long as this one, right down here. And we're going to draw lines, not quite to the edge, but come in a little bit, and then draw some diagonal lines down like this. So it sort of could be a bucket, it could be a pot for a plant, which we're going to do later. We'll do some plants later on, but in this case it's going to be a basket. And the other thing that we did with our bucket was that we created a handle. And our handle on this one is going to be much taller. And I'm going to start from the back side and kind of bring this curve around to the front. Remember, on the other one we started with a circle, and we can do that. And then what we're going to do a little bit differently is we're going to continue this curve up to the top, and we're going to make it attach at the top. And then at the top we're going to change it over, and we're going to do the curve on this side. Oh, that's a little bit thicker over there. So let's make this one a little bit thicker as well. Okay, so it kind of looks like they're connecting at a point up here. So you've got the curve going on either side, and you don't see as much on the handle at the top. It's thicker on either side of it. Now, most baskets that I have seen are woven. You can do a woven basket if you want to. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But you can also do something more like a checkerboard pattern. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting a line straight up and down in the middle of the basket. And then as we get further out to the edges on either side, we're going to give that line a little bit more angle. Okay? So here in the middle, we're going to draw some vertical lines that kind of tilt as we draw them out towards the outside edges. And then we're going to follow this curve again, and we're going to create horizontal lines that curve around on the basket. Okay? Now when you're coloring this in, you can color checkerboard. Every other one you can do some beautiful bright colors, or in just a little bit I'll show you how to make it look more like a woven basket. Now the other thing I want to do is show you how to do some Easter eggs. Now you can do any kind of decoration that you want on your Easter egg. We're going to start with egg shapes, of course, and we're going to draw these nice and big so that we can actually see the design. Remember, with an egg shape, it's pointier at one end and more rounded on the other end, like this. And I'm going to have one laying down as well, pointier at one end and then rounder on the other end, like that. Okay? And then inside, you can choose the kind of design that you want. I want to have them kind of overlapping, so this one is in front. I'm going to erase that line so that we can draw these in. So maybe for this one, I've divided my egg into 3 sections. Like I said, you can do any kind of pattern that you want. You certainly don't have to follow mine. In the middle, I'm going to do a zigzag line like this. Gives us plenty of space to color if you want to color them in. And at the top, I'm going to add some polka dots. Different size circles. Some of them are only half circles, so it kind of makes it look like it's continuing on the other side of the egg that we can't see, that part that we can't see. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to follow the curve of the egg like we did with our umbrella, and we're going to create some lines like this. Okay, now that looks like a fun one to color in. The other one that I want to do is I'm going to do a daisy flower pattern. Similar to what we learned up here with our flowers, we're going to start with a circle in the middle. These are more simplified, and remember we want to kind of keep our petals from going sideways too much. So I'm going to do up and down and side to side first. Excuse me. And then I'm going to do the ones on the angle, side to side like this, diagonals like that. Okay? I can do one at the top that looks like it's kind of disappearing on the other side. This is our half daisy like we did up above. Do one here and like that. So we're only seeing half of the petal. Like that. Okay, we'll do another smaller one over here. Petals top and bottom and side to side. Remember, those are just sort of like teardrop shapes, long teardrops. And then I'm going to do another one down here that looks like it's disappearing around to the other side, like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ink these in, and I'm going to show you the secret of how to make a basket look like it's woven. All right, remember we don't need all of these lines. Only the lines that we want to keep are the ones that we want to ink in. So I'm going to start here and create my oval that goes around like this, and then I'm going to pick up my pen and do the other side, and then finish off that lip down here. And then for the handle, go up to the top. It's really kind of two curves that overlap or intersect up at the top like this. And then it kind of is rounded at the bottom. All right, so let's go ahead and finish off the bottom of the basket and get those lines drawn in here. Now, instead of doing these lines the way that we have in here, we're going to do a pattern. And the pattern goes 3 lines up, 3 lines to the side. 3 lines up, 3 lines to the side. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to do 3 lines vertical, 3 lines horizontal, 3 lines vertical, and you're going to alternate on this next row. Then I'm going to do, since I did vertical here, I'm going to do 3 lines horizontal, 3 lines vertical, 3 lines horizontal. And then you're going to alternate. Since these are horizontal here, I'm going to do 3 lines vertical and then 3 lines horizontal. 3 lines vertical, and then you just keep alternating all the way around your basket. Horizontal and vertical. And then when you finish your basket and you erase those extra lines that we put in there, it's going to make it look like it's woven. Pretty cool trick, right? All right, let's go ahead and finish off our eggs. These are pretty easy to do. Draw as many eggs as you absolutely want to do. I loved decorating eggs, and so I was the one at the kitchen table with my mom. I just love that process of the food coloring and the vinegar. Kind of like the smell of it too. And we never got as elaborate as this. It was usually just solid colors, but since we're drawing them, let's just go ahead and make them as beautiful and elaborate as we want to. There are lots of cool ways to color eggs. You can use glue if you want to use something that sort of like a resist on your eggs. And then after you've colored them, you can take the glue off. You can use rubber bands. I've seen that before. Kind of creates stripes all over it. If you go, I am a huge Pinterest fan. If you go onto Pinterest, you can certainly find all kinds of ways to color Easter eggs. And some of them are natural. You can use things like beets to color Easter eggs, and those are they have beautiful effects to them. Okay, there you have it. That's our Thursday drawing. Now we're going to, on Friday, put all of these together into an Easter basket. We're going to put a lot of flowers, or mostly of flowers, in the basket, and then we'll have eggs and the bunny and the butterflies and the chick around it. We'll see you tomorrow.